Madhava Jaya Kunja Hari Jaya Kunja Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Jaya Giri Baradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Jaya Giri Baradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Sri Guru Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Oh, 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 oh. necessary.
Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate and blessed to have his guest Vaiyasaki Prabhu. So Prabhu came in contact with ISKCON in 1970s, and then he got initiated from Srila Prabhu in 1975. And Prabhu is very much famous for his wonderful kirtan and bhajans all over the world. And in 1978 especially he traveled to Bangladesh. There he learned the Gaudiya art of various raga kirtans, and he is also training and having various concerts and workshops on kirtan throughout the world. And he is also famous for his wonderful kirtan albums. So we'd like to welcome Prabhu by 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So we are continuing our study of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 88, and today shloka number 40. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayomudiraet Nashtapraye Svabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yutama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Sri Gurun Dinatarinam Vanchakalpaturubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It's very small writing. I'm going to easier to read from here. Ya evam avyakrita sakya udanvataha parasya sakshat paramatmano hare giritra moksham katayech chinoti va vimuchyate samsibhishtatraribhi ya evam avyakrita sakyudanvata parasya sakshat paramatmano hare giritra moksham katayet shinoti va vimuchyate samstribhi tataribi ya evam avyakrita sakyudanvata parasya sakshat paramatmano hare giritra moksham katayet shinoti va vimuchyate samstribhishtatraribi. Ya, whoever, evam, thus, avyakrita, inconceivable, shakti, of energies, udanvata, of the ocean, parasya, the supreme, shakshat, personally manifest, Parama Atmana, of the Supersoul, Hare, Lord Hari, Giritra, of Lord Shiva, Moksham, the saving, Katayat, recites, Shrinoti, hears, Va, or vimuchyate, is freed, samstritibi, from repeated birth and death, tata, as well as aribi, from enemies. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Hari is the directly manifest absolute truth, the supreme soul, an unlimited ocean of inconceivable energies. Anyone who recites or hears this pastime of his saving Lord Shiva will be freed from all enemies and the repetition of birth and death. Responsibly, please. Lord Hari is the directly manifest absolute truth, the supreme soul, and unlimited ocean of inconceivable energies. Anyone who recites or hears this pastime of his saving Lord Shiva will be freed from all enemies and the repetition of birth and death. So this is what we all want. We want to be freed from the anxiety caused by enemies. We'll be freed from all enemies, and we'll be freed from repeated birth and death. No more punarjanma. Hogya ekdam hoyageche. This is what we want. We've been in samsara for so long. Samsara dava nala lida loka. This samsara burns like fire. Why does it burn like fire? Because at the end of your life, when you take birth again in the new body, you forget everything you knew in the previous life. You forget how to walk. You forget how to talk. You forget how to read. You forget how to write. You have to learn everything over again. And birth after birth, you learn, forget. Learn, forget. Learn, forget. You have to learn the same thing over and over and over and over, birth after birth. It's pagal. Ekdam pagal. Why we're allowing this to happen to us? So it burns like fire. But what kind of a fire? A forest fire. Such a blaze is impossible to put out. The fire department cannot put it out. Can only put out by the monsoon cloud that comes and drenches the forest during the monsoon season. And that is compared to Krishna. Ganasham. He is the color of the monsoon cloud. Why? Because he gives his mercy and extinguishes the fire of repeated birth and death. Punarjanma, punarjanma, punarjanma. So, simply by hearing or reciting, I'm reciting, you are hearing, same. Shravanam, kirtanam, same. You're doing the Shravanam, someone else doing the Kirtanam. You both get the same benefit. And what is that benefit? Punarjanma, hoyagelo, ekdam. Finished. And what happens when your material life is finished? You go directly to Krishna Nitya Leela. You enter into Krishna's Nitya Leela. And in Krishna's Nitya Leela, there's no more janma. There's no more mrityu. There's no more old age. No more disease. You're Nava Yovana eternally. Of course, if you like birth, death, old age, and disease, then you stay in this world. But if you don't like it, then you go to Krishna's Nitya Leela. So this is what this shloka is speaking about. And Srila Prabhupada is going to give us some illumination, further illumination from his purport. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Srila Sridhar Swami concludes this chapter with the following statement. When Lord Krishna saw the danger confronting his devotee, his lotus-like heart became filled with sympathy. Thus he delivered Lord Shiva from the consequences of his own eloquent words. So, our relationship with Sri Krishna, we have a relationship. We may know it, we may not know it. If we don't know about our relationship with Krishna, this is called avidya, ignorance. But Krishna knows. He remembers. He never forgets. We are suffering from amnesia. We have forgotten everything. We have forgotten that we're Atma. We've forgotten that our home is in the eternal spiritual realm. We've forgotten that our Leela is not working for a company, but is doing seva for Krishna in Krishna's Nitya Leela. We have forgotten everything. So this is a disease called amnesia. Sometimes someone's in a big accident, they come to the hospital, they They revive him, and he can't remember anything. He doesn't recognize his parents, doesn't recognize his wife or children. This is called amnesia. And we're all suffering from this, birth after birth after birth, because we make the number one huge mistake that I think that I'm this body. And every day you confirm it. You say, I am Bengali. Someone else says, I am American. You're confirming that the place where this body took birth is your true identity, your eternal identity. But it's not. It's a temporary identity, because in the next life you could be born in Africa or in China or, God forbid, in Pakistan. There's no guarantee. One life Hindu, next life Muslim. There's no guarantee. One life, I'm very strong, Kshatriya Dharma. Next life, take a woman's body, now I'm following Stri Dharma. Same Atma, now following Stri Dharma. Previously, Kshatriya Dharma. So these are all temporary dharmas. And that's why Krishna says to Arjuna, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, all these dharmas, forget about them. Open the window, throw them out the window. You don't need it because they're temporary. Based on the body. Male body, this dharma. Female body, that dharma. Muslim body, this dharma. Christian body, dusara dharma. It's all temporary. And in one class, Prabhupada was saying, not only temporary, but these are concocted dharmas. Concocted because they're based only on the body, which is temporary, not based on the eternal soul. So, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, how do we know that? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling Arjuna, I am the Supreme Controller. I created everything. I am Pitamaha. Everything has emanated from me. And Arjuna says, yeah, that's nice, but give me some proof. I need proof. Krishna says, you need proof? No problem. He shows his Virat Roop. Then Arjuna, please forgive me. He offers his Dandavat Pranams. Please forgive me that I treated you like an equal. You are indeed the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we should follow in the footsteps of Arjuna. Arjuna is what we would call a direct eyewitness. If there was a court and Arjuna came into the courtroom and said, I saw directly the Virat Rupa, Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, this would be accepted by the court because it is an eyewitness account. So we should accept also. But Krishna will not, for us, he will not give his Virat Rup Darshan. Arjuna, he was qualified to see that Virat Rup Darshan. We are not qualified. We are disqualified. But how can we get direct proof that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Well, Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita. Ye yatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajam yaham. As you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. So we approach Krishna as Bhagavan, and from within our heart, he reciprocates and reveals to us from within that he's Bhagavan. This is called a personal relationship. Everybody has relationships. And there's two categories of relationships. There's the public relationship. That's the relationship you have with everybody else in the world, with the people at work, in your company, wherever you go, on the bus, on the train. But then there's also a personal relationship. Personal relationship you have with your mother and father, with your wife, your children. So our relationship with Krishna is not public, it's personal. And how personal is our relationship with Krishna? It's even more personal than husband and wife. Husband and wife, they have their intimate personal relationship that nobody knows, not even the children. Doors are closed at night, and the husband and wife, they have their personal, intimate relationship. And the personal, intimate relationship is not revealed to everyone because it's intimate. And that which is intimate is most beautiful when it's not revealed publicly. If the husband was to reveal to his friends his intimate relationship with his wife would be shocked. That would destroy the relationship with the husband. How dare you speak these things to other people? So when we take our intimate personal relationship and make it public, it becomes destroyed. Nashta prayes svabadeshu. Destroyed almost to nothing. Just a little bit remains. Nashta prayes svabadeshu. But we want to reveal that, re-establish that relationship. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We have to do eternal service to the Bhagavat. The book Bhagavat, which is the Shastra, and the person Bhagavat, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his representatives, the Acharyas, the Maha-Bhagavat, pure devotees. So this is the system. Yeyata mam prapadyante tam sthitaiva bhajamyaham. As you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. Well, what if I approach Krishna only 5%? He reciprocates accordingly. He only gives you 5%. But then you think, well, let me reciprocate with Krishna 25%. Then he reciprocates 25%. So you get deeper understanding. So I was thinking many years ago, why should I only get 25%? If I give 100% to Krishna, he will give me 100%. Now, what is my 100%? The 100% coming from me is very small. What kind of Shakti do I have? Ek kudra, alpo. But Krishna's 100% is infinite. So I give my little alpo 100%, and Krishna reciprocates with his infinite 100%. Is that a good deal for me? It's a good deal. I give a little, Krishna gives a lot. And you're all Indians. Indians always want to get a good deal. You always want the best deal. But Krishna will give you the best deal. You surrender your little 100%, he'll surrender his infinite 100%. And he will reveal everything to you. And how does he do it? This is also stated in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satata yuktanam. Let's look at the shlokas. Tesham, anybody. Okay, we all qualify. We're part of anybody. Tesham satata yuktanam, always engaged. Well, we're always engaged. We still qualify. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam. Aha, what kind of engagement? In worshiping, bhajan. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam, with priti, with love. If we do that, what will Krishna do? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna will give you buddhi yoga. He'll give you the intelligence to practice bhakti yoga. We just have to give our little 100% to Krishna. And he gives us all intelligence, dadami buddhi yogam tam, all intelligence how to successfully perform bhakti yoga. Now, why does Krishna do that? Yena mam upayanti te, so that you can come back to me. Krishna wants you to come back to him. That's what Krishna wants. But what do you want? Do you want to go back to Krishna? We now know what Krishna wants. He says so in the Gita. He wants you to come back to him, to return to the Nitya Leela. That's what he wants. And he'll give you all intelligence to be successful in your bhakti yoga seva. But you have to do your seva every day. Tesham satata yuktanam, always engaged, priti purvakam, in devotional service. Our priti could be very small, but you know, something is better than nothing. We give our little small priti to Krishna and he gives us his infinite Krishna prema. Yeyatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. He's explaining this to Arjuna. And he's explaining it to us also. And then he gives you all intelligence. Is that all that Krishna gives? He gives more. Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishta. He says, I am seated in everyone's heart. Mata smritir jnanam. And from me, from within the heart, comes smriti, comes gyan. So this smriti shakti coming from Krishna, what is that smriti? That you are not this deha, dehatma buddhi. You don't have this dehatma buddhi anymore. You understand your Nitya Krishna Das, your Atma. You understand Atma Tattva. He gives you that remembrance because we're eternally Atma. And we are forgotten. So Krishna is the doctor to cure our amnesia. Mata smritir, he gives us remembrance. Oh, I now remember. Just like the man in the hospital, he forgets his wife, his children, he can't recognize them, he's suffering from amnesia. But Krishna can come and go like this. Oh, my wife, my children, he remembers again. So we will remember that we are Nitya Krishna Das. We will revive our loving service to Krishna, our Nitya Seva. By his mercy. Mata smritir jnanam. So Krishna has these two Shaktis. He gives you the Gyan Shakti and the Smriti Shakti. What is that Gyan Shakti? Sambandha Gyan. He gives you the understanding of your eternal relationship with him, which we have forgotten. But he will give it to us. And why he will give it to us? Yeyatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. As we approach him with seva, he reciprocates accordingly. What happens if we don't approach Krishna with seva? If we don't offer some bhakti to Krishna, then what happens? Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. There's a third Shakti. It's called the Apohan Shakti, the covering Shakti. Oh, you want to experience Indriya Tripti? No problem. Then I'll cover you. You forget that you're Atma. You forget you have a relationship with me. Now you think you're the Deha. Now you can enjoy Indriya Tripti. So we see these three Shaktis, the Smriti Shakti, the Gyan Shakti, and the Apohan Shakti, coming from within the heart where Krishna is residing. And 99.9% of the people are making the wrong choice. They're choosing Indriya Tripti. And so Krishna gives them his Apohan Shakti, and they're thinking, I'm the Deha. I'm man, I'm woman, I'm black, I'm white, American, Indian, Muslim, Hindu, like this. Or Gyan, or Vidya. But we can change that by approaching Krishna. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti. With some loving devotional service. then Krishna will change. He'll give you his Smriti Shakti and Gyan Shakti and cut off the Apohan Shakti. And he'll give you Buddhi, the intelligence to successfully prosecute your bhakti yoga. So in this way, when we're on the path of bhakti yoga, we experience Krishna from within our heart. And we can see how Krishna is making arrangements for us. And we can also hear Krishna speaking to us. Every one of you has heard Krishna speaking to you, but you never listened and you never followed. Now, you're all intelligent people. You want proof? I will give you proof that Krishna has spoken to you and you never listened. But I'm not going to give you the proof from the Shastra. I'm not going to give you the proof from Srila Prabhupada. I'm going to give you the proof from your own life. From your life and your life and your life and your life and your life. Are you ready? How many people remember in the past you were either going somewhere or maybe you were doing something, you had a plan, and then you heard a voice within saying, don't go there, go here, or don't do that, don't do this. And you thought about it, and you analyzed, and you decided to carry on with your original plan. And then a little further down, a few hours later, you discover, I should have listened to the voice because I made a mistake. How many people have experienced that? There you go. So, let me share with you my experience. When I was driving in America, and it was winter, and I was trying to get from New York to Los Angeles, a long drive. And it started off a nice day, sun was shining. But by the afternoon, it became cloudy and began to snow. Maybe here in Bengal, you've never seen what snow is. But if you look at the Himalayas, it's covered with white. That is snow. So it's falling, and the snow is sticking onto the highway and becoming icy. So I was driving, and then the voice said, stop now, exit the highway, get a hotel. And I was thinking, but it's still light out. I wanted to go further. I didn't want to stop driving so soon. So I ignored the voice, I kept on driving. But as I kept on driving, the temperature was much colder up ahead, and the snow that had fallen became ice. And I had to go slower and slower. And then all of a sudden, I lost control of the car, and it was sliding on the ice. I tried to counteract the sliding by turning the wheel this way and that way. Didn't work. Car kept turning. I tried to put the brake to stop, but I'm just sliding. Putting the brake meant nothing. Then all of a sudden, I just went off the road. I envisioned in my mind that I'm going to have a big accident, go off the road, and I just called out, Krishna, save me. And then the car went off the road into a big snowbank and came to a full stop. The snow was this high. So the car came to a full stop. And just at that moment, one big lorry in the lane that I was in just went by. And I realized that 1 second earlier, I was in that lane and I would have been hit. And I would have been Alu Bonda. Alu Bharta. Ekdam Alu Bharta. And then I'm sitting in this car, and my life has just been saved because I called out, Krishna, save me. And then I began thinking, why didn't I follow that voice? And then I was thinking, well, who was that voice? And how did the voice know the future? And then I realized only Krishna knows the future. Therefore, that voice was Paramatma. And I didn't listen. And that's when I made up my mind. I promised myself from now on, when I hear that inner voice, I will follow that inner voice, because that's Paramatma speaking. And Srila Prabhupada, he was completely Paramatma realized. He always followed the voice of Paramatma. Paramatma said, go here, he went there. Paramatma said, do this, he did that. And that's why Prabhupada was completely successful. In 10 years, he spread Krishna bhakti all over the world. Because he followed everything that Paramatma told him. Because Paramatma sees the future. Paramatma is Krishna. So we have to become Paramatma realized. We have to learn to follow the voice when the voice speaks to us. And it's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not easy. Because when I tried, I kept forgetting. And then, oops, I'm supposed to follow the voice. Why did I not follow? Because we have this samskara in our brain of not following the voice, birth after birth after birth after birth. And now we have to put a new samskara in the brain that I always follow the inner voice. And this is called Chaitaguru. There's the Vartma Pradarshaka Guru, the first person you meet who brings you to Krishna consciousness. There's the Diksha Guru, one who initiates you into our sampradaya. Initiation. Initiate means to begin. You begin a new life. There's the Shiksha Guru. He gives you instructions to keep you on the path to solve all your problems so you stay fixed in devotional service. And then there's Chaita Guru. As you make more advancement, the Lord speaks to you directly and you follow the Chaita Guru, the Lord in the heart, just like Prabhupada did and just like every Acharya does. And it all begins by surrendering to Krishna. A little bit every day. How many people chant japa every day? Okay, then you fulfill that. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Every day you're doing it, that means you're doing it constantly. Every single day, every week, every month, every year. So you fulfill that. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna will now give you the intelligence how to be successful in bhakti yoga. Yena mam upayanti te. So you can return to him and enter into his nitya lila. This is why we're all here today. To get out of the samsara. To enter into the nitya lila. And now I have told you how you can do it. I've explained everything, how it's been done. So now you can no longer say, I didn't know. Nobody told me. Because now you know. Today I told you. No more excuses. Get serious about your life. And why should you get serious about your life? Because according to Shastra, if you are successful to re-enter into Krishna Nitya Lila, then 7 generations of your family, your children, children's children's, children's children's children, 7 generations forward, they also get that same opportunity to go back to Krishna Nitya Lila. 7 generations forward. And 7 generations back, your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. When you go back to Godhead, 14 generations of your family get that same benefit. So that's the best thing you could do for your family members. There's nothing better you can do. So let's get serious about our spiritual life. Because we've had millions of births. We don't have to get serious about our material life. We've tried it 1,000,000 times and it's always been unsuccessful. Let's get serious about our spiritual life. This is the best opportunity we've ever had. Prabhupada was just here. He inspired us. He founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness so that we could take advantage and return back to the Nitya Lila in this life. Don't come back again. Don't do the Punarjanma again. You've already done it 1,000,000 times. Get serious. This is the sum and substance of this verse. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Kono prashna? Acha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for your wonderful, inspiring class for going back to Godhead. Prabhuji, my question is, how can we make sure that we go back to Godhead in this lifetime only? We don't escape or miss the plane.
Well, you can be sure because Krishna says so in Bhagavad Gita so many times. Antakale Narayana Smriti. You just have to remember the Supreme Lord at the end of your life. That's all it takes. You do your bhakti seva your whole life and you chant your japa. Jap kare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we do this every day, we're putting a new samskara into our consciousness. So at the time of death, which is the most painful, more painful than anything you've ever experienced, at that time, because you practiced bhakti yoga, because you practiced nam jap, your mind will go to the holy name. And you will no longer see the Yamadutas. You'll see the Vishnudutas. And they will say, please, here is a Pushpa Biman. Please come on this Pushpa Biman. Let's go back to Krishna. And you can say, Jai, Haribol. So, if you follow the process as it is given to us, you can be sure that Krishna will reciprocate because he says, Yena mam upayantite. He wants you to come back to him. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I will give you that intelligence to be successful in your yoga practice. So you just have to trust Krishna. Why would you not believe him? We just believe Krishna. Krishna says, okay, I believe. No doubt. Asamshaya, Krishna says in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says, I guarantee, without doubt, you'll come back to Godhead. Come back to my Nitya Lila if you remember me at the end. Asamshaya, without any doubt. Just read the Bhagavad Gita and understand what Krishna is saying and believe what Krishna says. No more doubts. Arjuna had doubts. And Krishna dispelled those doubts. Now he should dispel your doubts also. Take shelter of Krishna. He will not cheat you. Everyone else will cheat you. Only Krishna will not cheat you because he's absolute, he's supreme, he's perfect. There's no point for him to cheat you. There's no benefit for him to cheat you. Here in the material world, people get a benefit by cheating you. But for Krishna, there's no benefit. Why would he do such a thing? For him, it's a benefit if you come back to Godhead. So that's what his focus is. TK? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhuji, my question was that sometimes when we want the Paramatma to speak, when we want that inner voice to guide us, at that time no voice comes. And when we don't want, that time voice comes. So, when we want that voice, what to do then?
What did he say? I didn't hear properly.
He was saying that sometimes we want that inner voice should guide us what to be done, what to be not done. And at that time we don't get the inner voice. And sometimes we don't want. We want to go ahead with our life in a certain way, but we get it.
Well, you always have a choice. Prabhupada taught me, he said, love means no force. Krishna doesn't force. Guru doesn't force because they have love. So you have choice. You can choose to follow Krishna or choose not to. But you already made the choice not to follow Krishna. So many births. Now make a choice to follow. Just do it as an experiment. So let me just share with you what Srila Prabhupada taught me. Because many, many years ago in London, I was sitting there and Prabhupada was speaking. And he was explaining what is Krishna consciousness. I was interested in the yoga process. I was interested in becoming enlightenment. So Prabhupada explained the absolute truth. And then he said, of course, you don't know me. I am a stranger in your country. And strangers do not blindly accept. People don't blindly accept what strangers tell them. That's what Prabhupada said. And it's true. People don't accept blindly what strangers tell them. So Prabhupada said, but you're all intelligent people. What do intelligent people do? They make a test to see if this Swamiji, he's speaking truth or not. So Prabhupada said, you take this mala, you chant for 10, 15, 20 minutes a day and see what is the result. Make a test. And if you get some benefit, that is wonderful. And if you don't get any benefit, there's no loss because I'm giving the mantra freely, no charge. And you can take prasad every day. So there's no loss. So I was sitting there and I was thinking, yes, I'm intelligent. I should make a test. So I took up the jap mala and I started chanting. That was 50 years ago, 51 years ago. And now I'm still chanting. I made the test, I got the result. So you have to make the test, you get the result.
Prabhuji, what to do when the voice does not come?
If the voice doesn't come, the voice always comes, but you can't hear. That's the problem. We don't hear. We're not interested to hear. We're so much involved in Indriya Tripti. How many people have had this experience? They're thinking something or they're doing something, and then someone says something to them, and then they go like this, I'm speaking to you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. How many people have had that experience? So I was on the plane one time, and then I felt like this. And I turned to that devotee. What? And the devotee said, I'm speaking to you. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I was having a kirtan in my mind. In my mind, I have kirtan. I have the best mridanga players, the best singers, the most beautiful raga melodies, and I enjoy the kirtan in my mind internally. So I didn't hear. I got this. I'm speaking to you. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's the same. Due to your Indriya Tripti, Krishna is speaking to you, but you don't hear. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, my question is that as you said, that many times we experience that the Lord is guiding us from within as Paramatma. But sometimes, how do we distinguish that it is His voice and not our own mind's tricks, which is like trying to distract us from the path of bhakti?
Okay, so I always get this question. This is a very popular question. How do we know if it's our mind or it's Paramatma? Who wants to know the answer? It's very simple. Paramatma appears out of nowhere. He speaks in 5 seconds and he disappears. The mind keeps analyzing for a long time. So you just follow that voice that just came and disappeared. Don't follow the mind because it's analyzing. All that analyzing is simply a waste of time and energy.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Acha. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, Ekor? Acha, Ekor Prashna.
Jai Gurudev Guruji. Sometimes I feel that I am not always connected with the God, with the Lord Krishna. What should I do so that I feel that I am every time connected with the God?
You feel
while working, while reading. While
sometimes you feel which? What should you do when you feel what?
like today, after a long time, I came to the temple.
Yeah, after a long time.
And I feel that the more like you are connected with that God, I am not that much connected. So what should I do every day? What should I do so that I feel that I am connected with the God and God is there with me to support, to help?
Okay, what you should do, what everyone should do, listen carefully. Krishna and Krishna Nam, no difference. So we take shelter of Krishna Nam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If you're lying down and you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna is sitting right beside you. If you're standing and you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna is standing beside you. And if you're walking and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna is walking beside you. When you chant His name, He's always there. You may not experience it in the beginning, but as you become more accustomed to this chanting, more expert in this chanting, then you begin to feel Krishna's presence. You begin to see Krishna's hand in your life. You begin to see the arrangements Krishna makes for you to help you. It all starts with Krishna Nam. But you can also think of Krishna Lila. You can also think of Krishna Roop. Just think of Radha Govinda. Whatever aspect of Krishna you think of, He is there. And as you do it more and more, your consciousness becomes more and more purified. And as your consciousness becomes more and more purified, you begin to experience Krishna's presence. In the contaminated mind, we don't experience it. So we need purification. As we become more and more purified, we experience Krishna more and more. Pavitra. Your life has to become pavitra. You eat pavitra ahar. You do pavitra seva. Pavitra mon. You start thinking purified things. And as you do that, you begin to experience Krishna more and more. It comes naturally. You don't have to do anything external. Just take shelter. Krishna Nam, Krishna Roop, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila, Krishna Katha, Krishna Sangmad, Krishna Parshad, anything. It's all purifying. And here, Krishna Parshad, they're all here. Krishna Roop is here. Krishna teachings, Krishna Shiksha is right here, Bhagavad Gita. So everything is there for you. Just take advantage. Hare Krishna. Santushta? Okay. Ekor? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Devotees are requesting that if you can sing some Vaishnava song or kirtan. Bhajan.
At 10 o'clock, I have a gari to Mayapur. I already sang Jai Radha Madhava, why you weren't here.
It can,
Anumati Dilan, Jabo Mayapur. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki!